Hey, this is Neil Walters. I shot a great interview of a friend out in Las Vegas at the Red Rock Hotel about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I just came home at lunch today to edit it down for you and to get it on YouTube and Facebook. This is Stephen Andrews. He is actually a PhD in psychology and marketing. He teaches at the university level, and he says he's learned more in this Empower Network business than he has before about marketing. And not only that, he can impact more people with it. Do you want to have a more impact on people around you or in the world? You know, are you here to just sit back and take it all for yourself, or do you want to actually change the lives of other people? That's what I'm about right now. I want to take 10 people at least to Orlando with me in about 2 months, 2.5 months from now. And you get to meet people like Steve and like some of the other interviews I'm going to be putting on Facebook and YouTube here shortly. You need to hang around with these type of people. It will really lift you up and make you a better person. So you know how to reach me. Go to retirewithneil.com or check the links above or below on the side of this video, and I'll talk to you there.
How you doing? My name is Steve Andrews.
Steve Andrews, where are you from?
Originally from North Carolina, so I live in Providence, Rhode Island right now.
We're both in line here to get into the VIP room, or the VIP section of our conference.
Power Network, right here.
Hey, and so we're in Las Vegas learning about marketing, and like I said, I met Steve in line here. Steve, right?
Yep.
And he was just telling me about his degree that he got versus what he's learned here. So can you tell us a little bit about both those?
Well, I have several degrees, but the terminal degree is a PhD in psychology. And I'm actually a university marketing professor, and I actually recently resigned my position to go all in here. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not as crazy as it sounds. It's a 1-year termination. So I pretty much decided I'm going all in with this 1 year from now, and I'm going to be full-time in this business. Because, I've got a bachelor's in marketing, and I also have a PhD in marketing. And I can unequivocally tell you that I've learned more about not just marketing, but about just being a better person, about personal success, in addition to business success here. And it's not even comparable. What I've learned here, and it's what I call an old style model of learning. It's not me sitting there talking to you and you just sitting there just trying to stay awake. No, it's a mentorship model. You learn by doing, you earn while you learn by doing. But it's just the total package. You learn about I've learned more about myself here in the last 3 years, and I'm not a young guy. Than I have learned my entire life prior to this. So, I could go on and on about it, right? But the gist of it is that, this is where the world is, this is where the world is going, but beyond that, what this does for you as a person and what gives you, the opportunity that this gives you to make a real impact on other people. It's everything. It's the total package.
So two related questions. What brought you this business originally, and/or I ask everybody, what's the why that makes you cry? What's your higher purpose?
Well, it was kind of weird. Before I went to grad school, right, I actually had a blog, I had a newsletter, and this is back in 2001 or so, and it was so incredibly difficult for me to do it because I had to do all the back-end stuff together. It's sort of a dual-edged sword with me. I have the ability to imagine, wow, I'm going to create this amazing big thing. But back then, if you didn't know the technology stuff, if you didn't know how to do the back end, it was an incredible time suck. I somehow managed to build a blog, got 10,000 unique visitors a month, and had 2,500 people on an email list with 50% open rates, just ridiculous success because it was a niche topic. But I basically burned out and quit because about 90% of the time that I was spending was on all that back-end stuff that I didn't really care about, but you had to learn it, right? And so, short story long, right? I've always been interested in that kind of stuff and got away from it for a long time. And, then when I was getting out of grad school after this incredibly long journey, my cousin, who has no education, the economy had tanked, and he sort of started doing network marketing, right? In his case, it was just out of desperation. And he just casually mentioned, I was trying to help him for a little while, that dissolved, but he was casually mentioning, hey, there's this thing called a power network out there that'll do it all for you. I was like, whatever, man, whatever, I'm gonna do it myself, right? But I wrote the name down, and then just out of nowhere, I just decided to check it out, and the rest is history. It just absolutely blew me away. I couldn't believe what I'd seen, right? So that's how I got introduced to Empower originally, and it just draws you in. It's just so incredibly compelling. What's my why that makes me cry? Well, there's the fact that all the debt, all the years of isolation and anxiety, and all this other stuff that I went through from years of school, and this place really did, honestly, in some ways, save me from myself, and it just sort of rekindled the humanity inside of me. And my mom is actually working with me on this. We're sort of a mother-son team, and what's crazy about that is that I've got all these degrees and she has no degrees, and how would that even be possible in any other sort of context, right?
So what do you mean it helps your humanity? What does that mean?
It teaches me how to feel again. School was so hard for me, especially grad school and PhD. It's so, it just taxes your brain, or at least my brain, to such a level. The only way I could get through it was just to sort of disconnect, and that plus just, you're so isolated as a PhD. You're really the only person doing what you're doing. There's no community support. And I was on the other side of the country from my family. I was forced to move away, literally to the other side, thousands of miles away. So I was, had no real family support there. The coolest thing about this is that you get to choose where you live, right? When you get to a certain point, you can live wherever you want. My why that makes me cry is that I can come full circle. 10 years later, I can move back to North Carolina, be close to family, close to my friends, and because it reconnect with a lot of my family members that, when you're so far away and you're so, you're living in poverty, you can't see them. It just creates you just miss out on so much stuff, And then there's this idea of my mother, and my mom's just a simple lady, secretary her whole life, worked her butt off, and, has nothing to show for it. And now has financially, and now has an opportunity for us to work together and just reconnect. I'm not going to go back and live with her or anything like that. Let me make sure I make that perfectly clear. It's just,
and help her retire, right?
For me, it's a reconnection with family and friends. I still get to do what I love. I love to teach. I love to mentor. But this is just a better way to do that. And you can make a real impact for just more people, real people.
Thanks, Stephen. Appreciate it.
Work for you.